Let me ask you something before I tell you this story. Have you ever looked at a stranger and felt nothing? No connection, no care? Just another face in the crowd, another body taking up space, another inconvenience, standing between you and where you need to be. Because if you have, then this story is for you, and I need you to stay with me. Because by the end of this, you will never look at a stranger the same way again. Never. It was an ordinary Tuesday afternoon. The kind of day where nothing feels special. The sun was hot, the road was loud, and a taxi was making its way through the crowded city streets. Inside that taxi, a driver focused on the road, and in the back seat, a woman, well-dressed, phone in hand, clearly in a hurry. To her, this was just another ride, another ordinary Tuesday. She had things to do, places to be, people waiting. And then, the taxi slowed down. The driver tapped the brakes, and she looked up from her phone, irritated. Why are we stopping? There he was, right in the middle of the road. A man, crossing slowly, not looking, not rushing, just walking. Like the road belonged to him, like the world could wait. The driver saw him, slowed down, waited. But the woman in the back, she saw something different. She didn't see a man. She didn't see a father. She didn't see a son. She didn't see a human being with a story and a name. She saw an obstacle, an inconvenience, an idiot. And so she said the words, casually, without thinking, the way we sometimes say things when we forget that words have weight. She said, "Just knock that idiot and move on." The driver hesitated. Just for a second. But sometimes, a second is all it takes, for a decision to be made, for a life to change, for everything to go wrong. The car moved forward. The man didn't see it coming. And just like that, in the middle of an ordinary Tuesday, on a road full of people going nowhere important, a life ended. Right there, on the tarmac. Gone. The crowd gathered. People screamed. Phones came out. And the woman in the back seat sat very still, very quiet. Because something had shifted, something felt wrong. She didn't know why yet, but deep inside, something knew. She got home, made tea, tried to shake the image, told herself it wasn't her fault. She didn't touch the wheel. She didn't make the decision. She just said words. Just words. And words don't kill people, do they? She turned on the television, sat down, took a breath. And then, her phone rang. She answered. It was a voice she didn't recognize. Calm, official, the kind of voice that prepares you before it destroys you. Ma'am, there has been an accident. Your son, he was on his motorcycle, the one you bought him, the one you borrowed from the bank for, the one you were still paying for. Ma'am, he didn't make it. He was crossing an intersection, and a driver didn't stop. The phone fell from her hand. The tea went cold. The television kept talking, but she heard nothing. Nothing, except the echo of her own voice, from just an hour before. Just knock that idiot and move on. Just knock that idiot and move on. Her son was someone's idiot, on someone else's road, on someone else's Tuesday, and they moved on. That boy on the road, the one she called an idiot, he had a mother too. He had a home, a name, maybe a child who called him daddy, maybe a mother who prayed for him every morning, just like she prayed for her son. We do this, all of us. We divide the world into people who matter and people who are in the way. The slow driver, the long queue person, the reckless crosser, the beggar at the window. We give them names that make them less, so we don't have to feel anything. But here is what we forget. Every single person in your way is someone's everything. That slow driver is someone's father coming home from a night shift. That person in the long queue is someone's mother who walked an hour to get there. That reckless crosser on the road might be someone's son, just like yours. The same prayer you prayed this morning for your child to come home safe, their mother prayed that same prayer, with the same tears, to the same God. We are more connected than we think, and we are more responsible for each other than we act. I was in that taxi. I heard those words, and I couldn't stop thinking, what if we all chose differently? What if every stranger we saw as someone's child, someone's parent, someone's answered prayer? It wouldn't cost us anything, just a moment of remembering that we are all on the same road, all just trying to get home. Treat people like they belong to someone, because they do, and so do you. If this story moved you today, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because somewhere out there, someone's mother is still waiting for a child who isn't coming home. And somewhere out there, you have the power to make sure that doesn't happen on your road, on your watch, on your Tuesday. I'm still breathing, and I'm still believing that we can do better. Subscribe to Still Breathing, new episodes every week. Because if you're still breathing, your story and theirs isn't over.